Alright, I'm back, and this time I have it's a green-red werewolf deck. It was standard for a while, and then, Theros came out. But it's, my buddy, Boehnlein. He's over here with me. He might pipe in every now and then.
Boy, yeah.
Yeah, there he is. It's green-red werewolves. It can be pretty scary if you, give it the time to develop. Which is a bad idea.
Plains Chase.
Plains Chase. Alright, so probably going to do the typical start out with the lands. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mountains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 forests. 2 Kessig Wolf Runs, which it's a land from Dark Ascension. It's a rare. And it taps to add a colorless, or you can tap X, green, and red, and then tap the land, and target creature gets +X, +0, and gains trample until end of turn. We got 2 of those, like I said, and then we've got 1 Temple of Abandon, which is one of the new dual lands, the Scry lands. There we go. The Scry lands from Theros. It's enters tapped, and whenever it enters, you can scry for 1, and then it taps for either green or red.
There you get more.
Let's go and start out with the 1-drops as well. Right here, we've got a Reckless Waif. So 1-drop, 1/1. At the beginning of each upkeep, if it's no spells were cast, you transform it just like every other werewolf card. He flips, he becomes a 3/2. No special abilities or anything, but he's a nice little 1-drop, possibly by your second turn you got a 3/2 on the field.
Yeah.
Got 2 Elixirs of Immortality, which it's 1-drop artifact, and you tap 2 and tap it, and you gain 5 life, and you reload your deck by shuffling your graveyard into your library. So that's fun. We've got 2 Wolf Bitten Captives. They're 1-drop 1/1s that you can tap 2 and give them +2/+2 until end of turn. You can only do it once a turn. And since they're a werewolf, they flip. It becomes Krowlin Horde Killer. It's a 2/2 werewolf with tap 4. It gets +4/+4 until end of turn and only activate it once per turn. And for the last of the 1-drops, we got 3 Young Wolves. Young Wolf, it's a 1-drop 1/1 with Undying.
Nice 2/2.
Then on to the 2-drops. We've got 3 Scorned Villagers, which is a 2/2 or a 2-drop 1/1 that you can tap to add a green. And then it flips to become a 2/2 that taps for 2 green mana. Mayor of Avabruck, 2 of them. It's a 2-drop 1/1 that other humans you control get +1/+1, and whenever he flips, he becomes the Howlpack Alpha. It's a 3/3, and other werewolf and wolf creatures you control get +1/+1, and at the beginning of your end step, you get a 2/2 green wolf token. Got 3 Moonmists, which is a 2-drop instant. It transforms all humans and prevents all combat damage that would be dealt this turn by creatures other than werewolves and wolves. Then we got 2 Full Moon's Rise. It's a 2-drop enchantment, and werewolf creatures you control get +1/+0 and trample. If you sack it, you can regenerate all werewolf creatures you control. Timberpack Wolf. It's a 2-drop 2/2, and it gets +1/+1 for each other creature you control named Timberpack Wolf. Is there a reason you're only running 1?
I switched him out for the Door of Destinies and the Garruk over there, and a witch hunter for the witch crafter.
Okay.
Or else I would.
2 Darkthickets, 2-drop 2/2, tap 3, and it gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Only do it once a turn.
I actually might switch him up for the Door of Destinies now I think about it.
Then you got 3-drop Witchstalker. It's a 3/3 hexproof wolf from M14. And whenever an opponent casts a blue or black spell during your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on them. Immerwolf.
Your favorite.
3 of them. Yeah, my favorite. 3-drop, 2/2, Intimidate, and other wolf and werewolves get +1/+1 that you control. And then all your werewolves that are already werewolves cannot be transformed back into humans. 3-drop, 3/3 Wolfir Avenger. He has Flash, and he can tap 2 to regenerate him. And then Flash, which you don't know, if you don't know, is you can cast it at any time. It would cast an instant.
It's a good fail-safe against a board wipe.
3-drop, 2/2, Kruin Outlaw. It's got first strike and it transformed to become a 3/3 with double strike. 1 Daybreak Ranger. 2/2, taps to deal 2 damage to target creature with flying. Then he flips to a 4/4, and you can tap a red in him, and it fights another creature, which means they each deal damage equal to their power to the other. So you can do that before your attack phase, and then basically have him take out 2 people. If he survives. Damage does stay as the turn continues. Pyreheart. It's a 3-drop, it's a 1/1, so it's a heavy cost for a little guy. But whenever he attacks, each creature you control cannot be blocked by this turn except by 2 or more creatures. And then he also has Undying. So you're getting 2 of them for the 3, and then all your guys can't be blocked by less than 2. And now we're on to the bigger guys. Garruk Relentless, the only double-sided Planeswalker. He's a 4-drop, and he comes in with 3 loyalty counters, and when he has 2 or fewer loyalty counters on him, you transform him. His 0 is Garruk deals 3 damage to target creature, and that creature deals damage equal to its power to him. And his second 0 is put out a 2/2 green wolf.
It's a good way to get Undying now that I think about it. Have him deal the 3 points to a creature with Undying, it flips, and it deals 1 damage to him, he goes down to 2. Doesn't even have to be somebody else's.
And then he transforms into Garruk the Veil Cursed, which, does that technically become black, or does he... No, he does stay green. Garruk the Veil Cursed, it is, his +1 is put a 1/1 black wolf creature token with Death Touch. His -1 is sacrifice a creature. If you do, search your library for a creature card, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. His ultimate, which is a -3 only, which is a pretty tiny ultimate, but since he comes in with 2 at least, at the most actually, it kind of makes sense. But creatures you can control gain trample and +X until end of turn, where X is the number of creature cards in your graveyard.
There's that token too.
And then here's that 1-drop 1/1 wolf token with Death Touch. Huntsmaster of the Fells. 4-drop 2/2. He enters or transforms into Huntsmaster, put out a 2/2 wolf, and you gain 2 life. Then whenever he flips, 4/4 trample, and whenever he transforms, he deals 2 damage to target opponent, and 2 damage to up to 1 creature that a player controls. So, he was definitely worth the, what was he, $18? Is that what you paid for him?
I paid 30 for him when he was still high.
Yeah.
But they only had 1. Now he's dropped down to 5 and everybody's got it. He's the only werewolf you actually want to flip back and forth multiple times.
2 Mondronen Shamans, 4-drop 3/2.
Your favorite.
Transforms into a 5/5. And whenever an opponent casts a turn, if it's flipped over, or casts a spell, whenever it's flipped over, it deals 2 damage to them. So you're taking at least 4 damage to flip that person over. Instigator Gang, 4-drop 2/3, with attacking creatures you control get +1/+0. Flips. You get the Wild Blood Pack. 5/5 trample, with attacking creatures you control get +3/+0. Door Destinies, 4-drop artifact from M14, and then it enters the battlefield. You choose a creature, and then whenever you cast a spell of the chosen type, put a charge counter on Door of Destinies. Creatures you control of the chosen type get +1/+1 for each charge counter on it.
Oops.
Okay. And then we're on to the higher drops, which are 2 5s and a 7-drop. But this one's a 5-drop 4/4 with Soul Bond, and Soul Bond is you may pair this creature with another unpaired creature when either enters the battlefield. So he can enter first, and then another guy can come in, or you can have the other guy on the field and him enter, and you can pair them up, and they both get a special ability. So this one, whenever you pair him up, each of the creatures that are paired up get +4/+4. So him and his buddy that you pair him up with both have +4/+4. So he becomes a 8/8. Another 5-drop, Grissled Outcasts. It's a 4/4. And he flips to a 7/7, Crowlin Horde Wantons.
He doesn't have any abilities, does he?
Nope. Just a vanilla. And then 2 Akroma's Memorial, 7-drop Mythic Rare artifact, Legendary artifact from M13. There we go. And creatures you control have Flying, First Strike, Vigilance, Trample, Haste, and Protection from black and from red. Yeah. Worth 7 mana.
Flying wolves.
Then there's the deck itself. I'll be posting a deck list as well. I'll probably link this to my Tapped Out. As long as that's okay with Boehnlein, that I use his deck on my other accounts.
Yep.
But
it is 60 cards as of now.
It's I don't know if you heard him or not. It's at 60 cards as of now. And
there is no sideboard yet.
No sideboard. Got any special combos you want to talk about or anything, bub?
There's a couple of them with where is it? You've got your Moonmist. Transforms all humans, prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to creatures, dealt to and by creatures other than werewolves. If you've got people playing spells as the game goes on, and you've got an Immerwolf out, but they're casting something every turn, so that they're not flipping, you can always throw out a 2-drop instant, and you can always play that instant before your attack phase, so that not only do your werewolves flip, they don't have summoning sickness if they weren't played the turn of your attack phase. Like this one over here, the 5-drop, you've already got your mana down. You've got a 7/7 that you can already swing with, and any damage dealt to him this turn won't carry through. Same with the Huntsmaster, you can get rid of another creature that they've got. If you've got a Pyreheart, that's one less creature they can block with. I don't know if that actually transforms Garruk because he's a Planeswalker.
No, he is not a human, therefore he would not transform.
Yeah, it doesn't say it on this thing.
But it will transform any vampires that are on the field as well that transform, or any other transforming humans.
Mm-hmm. Play against your other deck that you have with all your transforming vampires. Kessig Wolf Run's in there to use as kind of a end game. If you've got a couple wolves on the field, but you've got the mana to spare, you can go ahead and add that trample to something. Say you've got Silverheart Soul Bonded, you've got that 8/8 down there. Akroma's Memorial, if you end up getting up to the 7 mana, that's another end game. There's a couple bonuses in here that were like the Timberpack Wolf would add +1/+1s, but then Immerwolf would come out and he would add a +1 to all that, and then where is he, that 2-drop Wolfpack Alpha, or Howpack, he adds another +1/+1, so you've got, let's say you've got 2 Timberpacks out that are now 3/3s from their own bonuses, a 4/4 from one Immerwolf, and a 5/5 from Howpack, and you can throw out a couple more +1/+1s here and there if you've got something like Full Moon Rise out that just adds a +1. Or
you got Dwarf Destinies as well.
Yeah. And that just depends on how many, if you have wolf in the name or werewolf, like human werewolf. If you cast something that's wolf, I do believe werewolf and wolf count as 2 different creatures.
Yeah.
So you'd have to choose on that one if you want your flipped creatures or your non-flipped creatures to have that bonus. Pyreheart, he's usually good to throw out when you get that 3 mana. Just with all your 1-drops. Same thing with like Young Wolf and the other one that flips. There's another one that has
Wolf Bitten.
Yes, Wolf Bitten. Elixir's in there to reshuffle your deck in. There's a couple other cards that if you want to switch anything out for different combos, you can throw in. There's a couple 6-drops that are out there that'll give you 2/2 wolf tokens if you want to run a token deck. For every wolf that's, I think there's one for on the battlefield and there's one for wolves in your graveyard. That's about it for combos I've found with this deck. You can also switch stuff in and out if you need to, depending on your play style or if you want to go more aggro. That's all I've got.
Overall, I think that the deck has pretty good synergy, and we'd of course appreciate comments, opinions. Check out some of the other decks that I have posted. Check out anything I have on Tapped Out. Just leave your opinions. I mean, we're always open to them. Any information I can relay to Boehnlein over there. And I'll probably have some more of my buddies come over and let me show off their decks too, because I'm pretty sure I've shown all my decks off already, or at least ones that are finished. But yeah, until I get around to making another one, that is the green-red wolf deck with
Yay.
a lot of synergy. Bye.